Spice Rack, where you at? Hey Spice Rack, it's your girl Spice coming at you with another video. This is another Spice's Dish, where I report on things that I've seen, read, watched, whatever, on the internet in these crazy internet streets the last week. So if you have anything crazy that you want me to review, talk about, give advice to, please remember to like, comment, and share those things with me, and I'll be sure to shout you out. I'll put my email address right down here, and I'd love to get any entries from you. Let me know what you want to see. Otherwise, let's get into the show. Am I the asshole for kicking a girl out of my bridal party because of how sensitive she was being towards my ideas for dresses? I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I had to post it anyways. By the way, on a throwaway. What's a throwaway? Is that a vacation? So, I'm getting married soon, 28-year-old female. And one of the most exciting parts of the wedding for me are the bridesmaids and the dresses. I don't consider myself to be a bridezilla, but on a special day, I want everything to be as perfect and coordinated as it could possibly be. I have a story about this, so I will film my story in after that. Stay tuned. So about a week ago, I decided to invite my bridesmaids over so we could discuss dresses and stuff. Let's call bridesmaid I had the issue with Joy. Before they came over, I already had a nice dress in mind. The dress was burgundy, form-fitting, cut a little above the knees, and had one shoulder strap. I thought it was gorgeous and very feminine for women our age, but Joy and a couple other girls weren't exactly comfortable, mostly because it was form-fitting, so I let it slide. I really wanted a dress that all the bridesmaids would love and feel comfortable in, but they had to be the same. So the next dress was still burgundy, but it touched the floor, no slit, and it had spaghetti straps. Everybody loved the dress except for Joy. Surprise, surprise. Who complained that she didn't want to wear the dress because she's insecure about her shoulders. Fair enough. At this point, I knew that Joy was going to be difficult to work with, but I kept going because, again, I wanted to be accommodating. I think we went through 5 or 6 more dresses before the last one. The dresses that I showed the bridesmaids were modest in my opinion, and little things were what made Joy not want to wear them. The complaints that she had were always something small like, I don't like how the dress shows my toes. My shoes. Then my toes would be out, or my hair isn't long enough to complement the sleeves. Yes, I'm 100% serious, she said sleeves. So the last dress I showed them was floor length, burgundy dress, loose, had beautiful long sleeves, and the only thing that was keeping it from not being a burgundy maxi dress with long sleeves was the fact that there was a slit that came up to below the knee. It honestly was one of my least favorite dresses out of the ones I chose, but I wanted to try to be accommodating. Again, everyone seemed to agree with dresses except for Joy, who claimed that the slit was a little too provocative for her taste. Girl, bye. After this, I was a little frustrated, so I just said, we'd try looking at dresses again another time. While the girls were leaving, I pulled Joy aside and I explained that I don't think she'd be good fit for my bridal party because this aspect of the wedding meant a lot to me and her demands were too nitpicky to be a part of the group. But I still wanted her to be at the wedding. She got upset and said that I was excluding her because of her insecurities. I said that I already tried to accommodate her by showing many different style dresses, but she didn't want to hear it and left. So am I the asshole?
No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am.
No, Joy is the asshole. You were very accommodating. It's your wedding. You tell me what you want me to wear, I'm gonna wear it. Now listen, I have a story. Let me just say this. I think it is perfectly well within your right as the bride to say, you know what, I changed my mind. I don't want you in my wedding. And yeah, if I'm your real friend or if I'm somebody that cares about you, I'm going to do what you want me to do because it's your wedding. Now, especially if you did it before I paid all this money for this dress. Now, if I pay for the dress and then you want to come talking about I don't want you in my wedding, okay, run me my money.
So give me my money. Give me my money. Give me my money. Where's my money?
And then stop talking to me because that was inconsiderate. But that's not what you did here. You did it before we bought dresses. We haven't put any money into it. You let her know it's not a good idea. You tried to accommodate her. I think you're in the clear. You know who isn't in the clear? Joy. And she's trash.
Trash!
Trash! Now listen to my story where I had to break up with my bride. Not my personal bride, but the bride I was supposed to be in her wedding. Now this girl tried every single one of my nerves.
You tried it. They tried it. Oh, they tried it. You tried it.
And the last one, her sister jumped in and tried to try me too. So I went ahead and said goodbye, good day. Don't talk to me no more. Now, when she asked me to be in her wedding, let's call her, what should we call her? So we could just have a quick reference. I'm going to call her, okay, we'll just call her attorney at law. That's her career. But you think that people that do certain work like that would have some common sense and some organization and planning skills? No. Not in this case. And I knew that because I knew my friend. I know where she lacks at. Me and her the friendship was already on the rocks. So that's kind of the key point here. Like she had made some offenses before she got engaged that I was already ready to kick her to the curb. But I was like, let's just give us some time and maybe we could repair this relationship. But it didn't quite work out like that. So we were talking, but kind of not really talking as much. She asked me to go to breakfast with her, and that's when she told me she got engaged, showed me the videotape. Oh, I'm so happy for you, blah, blah, blah. And in my mind, I'm thinking, girl, please do not ask me to be in your wedding. Because for one, I think it is the rudest thing to ask someone to be in your wedding. You know why? Because you ask someone to be in your wedding, you ask them to pay for these dumb dresses that are colors you're never going to wear again, and they're $250. You ask them to throw you a bridal shower that they got to buy you another gift for, but send you on a bachelorette trip that you got to pay for and buy drinks and all these things. Like, it is an expensive job. And yes, I love you, but I think it's so selfish. Especially at my age now, I will never do that. Like, never do that unless I could buy everything for everybody. It's just one of those things I've never understood, and I just still like, what? And the thing about it is, why would you make me buy a dress that you know I'm never going to wear again, and you want to pick the most expensive one-time wearing dress? No!
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Now Sopranos. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
So back to my story. She asked me to be in her wedding, which I was hoping she wouldn't do. So right up front, I said, listen, I am so happy for you, and I am excited that you're getting married and found the love of your life. But I just started a new job, so my time is going to be very limited. I can't take a bunch of days off. My funds are a little limited because I ain't started getting paid yet. She was like, because let me also tell you this. She tells me in like May, and the wedding is in August. So we got a lot to do. You know, there's a lot going on. So while I was trying to be grateful because it's like, you know, she's my friend, she at one point was one of my better friends. Like, I consider her a really good friend until she started acting a fool. I just wanted to be there for her, but I had to really be clear on what I could not and could not do. And I said, if it's some crazy dress, I can't afford it. Her response was, you pick whatever you dress you want. It just has to be navy blue. Cool. I said, I cannot take days off during the week because it's a brand new dress. She's like, don't worry about it. The only day I need you to take off is the Thursday because that's when they're going to have the wedding, because it was going to be at this baseball field because that's what he wanted. And it was cheaper to do it in the middle of the week. Cool. So we all go and do the dress shopping thing. There's like, I don't know, 5 of us, 6 of us. And mind you, she had told me, like, I don't want these other specific 2 girls. She didn't want them in her wedding, but they had her in hers. And she was just like, I guess I'll just do it. And so I kind of felt some type of way. Like, you got these girls that you don't even like in your wedding. You want them paying all this money for stuff. But she kept saying, like, no, it's going to be cheap. We're just going to do navy blue dresses. You guys do whatever you want to. Well, the first place she took us was not cheap. And the dresses were quite pricey. And so all of us kind of voted like, no, we'll find our own dresses. She didn't say if they had to be long or short. She just said they had to be the same shade of navy blue. So right after we went to the original dress shop and we were like, this is out of our budget, we went to, like, everybody went to different stores, JCPenney's, Ross, whatever, and we were all showing pictures of dresses we see in the stores and like, hey, if you want this one, come here. Well, I had went and bought a dress at Ross, and then I also bought 2 dresses off of Amazon. And every time we show her the dress, she'd say, no, I want the dress to be long now. So we all took our dresses back. Then she was like, well, no, I think that the dresses should all be the same style dress. So then we start looking for the same style dress. Then she's like, well, all the boys are going to be in tuxedos. And this is, mind you, after we've already purchased these dresses. So we've returned and bought dresses. Her sister-in-law and her best friend, her best friend, they had bought a dress every time she changed her mind. So at the point that when I had my breaking point, it was like dress number 6. Bruh. She was like, the boys are going to be dressed in tuxedos, and now I feel like I want my bridesmaids to be uniform too. Okay, that's all fine and good, but I already told your ass what I could and could not do, and you got me running around town buying these dresses and returning dresses because you want to change your mind. And then have the nerve to say, I'm not being a bridezilla. I let you guys pick what you want. Okay, just because you're not being a jerk and yelling and throwing chairs and cups and stuff like you did on the show.
You've got to be kidding me. No, you've got to be kidding me. I told her no flowers. I told everybody no flowers.
Like I said, no flowers on my cake. I wasn't kidding.
The fact that you can't make up your mind and you keep having us jump at your beck and call, that makes you a bridezilla. And then when someone says, I can't do this because I can't do this, then you want to get an attitude. So it comes like 2 or 3 weeks before the wedding. And she wanted us to buy these chucks, these white chucks, because it was on a baseball field. And you know, like when you know in your heart you do not want to be a part of something because you're just over it. I'm over her. I just did not want to be a part. The thought of spending $50 on these chucks were making my stomach. I was nauseous. I was just so sick about it. And it was like, girl, it's just chucks. But it was like, I'm going to buy these chucks. I have to go stand on that damn baseball field where you know they got that dirt and my chucks are going to be ruined the first day. Like I was over... what's the word? Like I just kept over analyzing and obsessing about these chucks and the $50 I had to spend for them to get dirty the same day. Like it just was like eating at me. And I was talking to a friend about it and she was like, it's because you don't want to do it. Like you just don't want to do it. And I was telling my friend, like I told her everything that was going on, how many times we've had to change the dresses. The part that the kicker where I said, take your wedding and shove it, was, like I said, about 3 weeks before, she sends us all this Facebook message saying that the rehearsal is going to be the Wednesday before the wedding from like 2 to 5. So me and this other girl that were very specific about, like, our jobs are new, we can't just do that. She had said the only day that I need from you is that Thursday. So that's what I put in for. Now you want me to do the middle of the day. No, it was like from 12 to like 4. It was in the middle of the day. So I said, well, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to make the rehearsal. And she's like, I don't understand why like everybody's complaining about this, because me and a couple girls were chiming in like, that's the middle of the workday, and you already got us taking the whole day after that off. She's like, I don't know why you wouldn't expect that the rehearsal would be the day before the wedding. I said, I don't know why you would expect that people think that there's anything normal about having a wedding on a Thursday.
Try.
So I'm thinking you have the wedding on a Thursday because that's the only day they have open. I was assuming we would have had the wedding rehearsal that weekend before, because there's nothing normal about Thursday being a wedding day and then also having Wednesday, and you never said that. And I specifically asked you what the days I needed off for. See, I'm stuttering because I'm getting frustrated. So then her little sister decides to chime in with her 2 cents. And mind you, all her sister does is work at Domino's. Now, I'm not knocking that, but Domino's is a little different than when you work for the county. You can't just say, I'm out of here on this day, especially when you're on probation and it's like your first few months at your job, which I already was clear that I cannot do. Sister chimes in talking about, I don't know why you guys are giving her such an attitude. This is her wedding. You need to do what she says and stop talking about it. And da 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 da. First of all, who are you talking to? Because I don't remember talking to you at all. And second of all, I don't know what you think is going on that you think you can get on this computer, on this Facebook Messenger group, and try to act big tough. So I said, you know what I said? She said, and if you can't make it, then don't even bother to come. I said, got it. I'm out this bitch. And I closed the chat. You know when you leave the chat and it slams the door? It slammed the door because it said Candace left the building, because I was pissed. So then her her sister-in-law, who, when you break up with a friend, the family, you lose the family too. And sometimes that just hurts my heart, because I really loved her sister-in-law. Like, I thought she was just level-headed, smart, funny, blah, blah, blah. But you know, you lose a friend, you lose the connection. She messaged me and was like, is everything okay? Because she'd been telling me, like, you're the only one that's not even giving me no drama. Thanks for going through it. Because she's been trying to keep attorney at law kind of chill because she's been tripping. So I said, you know what? Honestly, our relationship had already been falling apart, and this just like was a nail in the coffin. I said, I don't appreciate being talked to like I'm not doing enough for her. I don't appreciate all these 17,000 dress changes and never saying thank you or I'm sorry, or even being considerate enough to get your shit together so you know what you need from me, because I'm telling you I have limited time and limited options. And I guess it said a lot about how I felt about her, since I was just so unwilling to buy those shoes. Like, that was the thing I just could not get over. Like, I'm not about to buy these white chucks for them to get messed up in one day for your little ditzy wedding. I'll catch you at the next one. Now I know that was a little nice. It wasn't even nice nasty. It was just nasty. But I was so irritated, and it was kind of like I was struggling because I'm like, I know if I pull out of this, the friendship is over. But at the same time, I already felt like it was over, and I just did not want to go through with it. And I feel like, do I regret it? No, I don't regret it, because I don't think I should be miserable just because you want to have a great day. Like, I still have to live my life after that. And this could be such a selfish point of view. I admit that, but I just wasn't. The type of friendship we had and the degree of I don't know, just mess that I had put up with her was like, I don't even like you. I don't even like you. Like, why am I doing this? And that was when I was like, I'm out of here. And me and her have not spoken since. This is the crazy part. I sent her a text message saying, like, basically my piece. And I never got a response, which I wasn't surprised, because she, like, blocked me on Facebook. It was really silly, whatever. Which I'm not tripping, because I don't even like you anymore. So I don't want to know anything about you. But I sent her a text message explaining basically, like, this is where I'm at. This is where I feel you're at in my life. And this is why I'm not doing this anymore. And I never got a response. Wasn't expecting a response. About a month later, I had to update my phone. And I updated it. And it was restoring messages and things like that. And so when I pulled up the text messages, it had attorney at law with, it said draft. So I was like, oh, maybe I missed a message. Girl, message never even sent. I don't even think she got my message, my Dear John letter. And then I was like, should I resend it so she knows? Because I felt bad that I didn't, like, actually tell her. She didn't know where it was coming from. She just thought I left the group and that was it. I felt bad for a second. And then I was like, I don't care. Like, I don't know why I was so cold about it, because I was just through. Like, I was done with her. I was done. Like, I had no energy and didn't care. And that's normally not my style. But that's how I dealt with my Bridezilla. I broke up with her ass. I left her at the altar. And I don't even think about her often. This story came up and it was like, oh, reminds me of that. But I don't know. I guess when you just know, you know. And according to the story, she was a lot better of a bride than I was. And I honestly would have appreciated a bride to tell me, I changed my mind. I don't want you in my wedding. It would be like a relief. Thank you, Lord. Because I think it's the worst. I just think it's the worst thing you can do to someone you call a friend or a family member. I've never agreed with it, but whatever. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're not part of the Spice Rack, I hope you join. I hope you see that we have some fun over here and stop waiting. Be a part of our team. Spice Rack. You know you my people. I love you guys so much. I hope you stay blessed. And just know that God loves you and so do I. Until next time, guys. See you later.